Whoa, hey, what's going on? Well, you guys been getting all sorts of good stuff here from me the last, what, week and a half now, huh? Unfortunately, nothing exciting in this video. Kind of dreary, a little damp. It's not doing anything out of the sky right now, but it was earlier. We got just a lazy day ahead of us here. It's actually almost 3 o'clock. I may crawl under the blazer and see if I can do a little bit on that exhaust. I want to try to get that thing buttoned up, but I got to clean those threads. But it's going to be a pain getting something in there to clean those threads on that stud off the manifold. But we'll see what we can do. I got to do more cleanup on this garage. I was out in the shed dinking around yesterday and got some stuff I want to take down to the brother's place. Got a gauge cluster with a tack for a Jeep. You know, there's a gauge missing though. I must have used that for something. Oh well. But this is a cable-driven non-electronic speedometer, so he may have a need for that possibly in the future. If not, we'll toss it. I bought this for the Jeep too. It's a urethane bushing kit for the, I think for the front end, maybe for both ends. But, I'll drag that down to him since he's got a Cherokee now, and hey, you never know if we have to replace something on the black Jeep. We got parts for it. So, something I did not mention recently. I gotta get that back to Dad. There's your pliers, Dad. They work good. Set those over here so we don't forget them. My adapter plate did show up for the Oldsmobile. Actually came a couple weeks ago. 66 and up, Cadillac, Olds, Pontiac, Buick, V8. To 62 and up Chevy, Turbo 350 and 400 and 700 R4 trans with hardware and bushing. So, and speaking of that, I don't know if we can see it from here. Get you up a little bit higher. I think you see that right there, huh? That's my 700 R4 drug it out of the shed. A handcart really comes in handy for stuff like that. So now we got to start cleaning things up here. I need to get those motor mounts in. Just trying to formulate a plan here. It's probably a little too late to start that today, but if we can get this front end cleaned up. Well, I don't have my motor hoist anyway, so I can't really do that. That's up at Kevin's place. So maybe next weekend if I take the truck up there, we'll see. But the plan is, get the motor off that stand, mount it to the transmission with the adapter plate, put the motor mounts, there's my zoom there, get the motor mounts on the frame, just put a jack stand on the back of the transmission. I can get that set. It'll actually clean up a bit. I got some oils and whatnot I got to get rid of. Speaking of the truck, I think that video is going to come out tomorrow. Here's a good after sunshine or a good after the fact view. Of our damaged fuel tank. You can see we opened up the hole to get the fuel out. She's pretty crusty. Pretty crusty. I have found plastic tanks. 90 bucks a piece. Same exact fit as these. We're going to do both tanks. Get some weeds pulled out here one of these days, but here's what it looks like with the cover on it. Much something there. This one's got the conventional tank in the standard location with a steel skid plate already. Well, it's kind of greasy, so. I wasn't going to do this, but transmission. So yeah, if we can get all this cleaned out, then I can set the heads back on and get rust building up on these surfaces, get some grease on those or something. Preserve this thing a little bit more. Who knows when I'll get around to having that built. There's the head sitting on the ground on cardboard there. What a mess. What a mess. Kind of like to get these two swapped. I'll just try that today. My way of thinking is a 63 is not going to be, that's not a high priority, but I want to get this blazer buttoned up. If I can get that moved over here. Ultimately that, I'd like to park over on that side because of the shorter wheelbase, leave a little more space over there. And then get the pickup back where the car is, and then get the car here on the driveway. But, yeah, maybe we'll try to get old Cletus fired up and get him going again. Take him for a quick rip around the block or something. Not too far because I don't want to get too wet on the windshield. I have no lights. But, yeah, now we can swap these two. Let's work on that. Alrighty, let's see how him starts up here. Be helpful if I had the keys out of my pocket. I did test it, see if it would turn over. Surprisingly, it doesn't smell too musty in here. Just the cover's working. Look at that. Look at that. Well, there we go. Come on, baby. Cold. To get my parking brake undone here. Come on. Get her up in the first. I'm gonna shut her down for a second. And we refire old Cletus. I'm reaching around for a seatbelt. There's no seatbelt in this truck. What's this guy doing over here? this thing. Reverse, we don't want reverse. See how Cletus does in the off-road department here, huh? Oh yeah, that's a 1 ton. No, I'm not going to do a donut with them. Both tires, sure. Both sides of the tires spun. This is such a cool old truck. What are we going to do here? Park him right out here for now. Alrighty, let's go move the Blazer. Alrighty, truck number 2 for the day. So water on the windshield, no, wipe the crud off. I got new blades for this thing, but I gotta button up that. On the steering column too, I still got, there's a plate down there with a insulation pad. I gotta put that in. spot too. All those brakes are so nice. Yeah, you can definitely hear the motor noise coming through the firewall now. And this seat is shot. I'm leaning to the center of the truck. We gotta find us a new one. Yes, my lug nuts are tight. In the back there. This one has all the lights, turn signals, all the goodies it needs. Technically I could drive it now. It's insured. Tabs are good through January, I believe. I didn't realize it with this in the car come due the same month. It'll be an expensive month for registration. The 84 Chev is actually due next month, which is November. Cletus is due in June. Is due in I think April or May. It does tend to wander a little bit from side to side, but it is a short wheelbase. The shorter the wheelbase, the twitchier it's going to be. Hey, nice old flatbed sitting up there. Clunk. I think I need to check one of the universal joints in the back too. Get her over to the grass as close as I can. It's a little bit too far. We're still on the grass. Just reaching down for the stick. I briefly considered, I found a nice, I think it was an 88 with a 350 and a 4-speed. But nope, I wanted the automatic and the nicer stuff inside, so parking brake works. Kinda. Yeah, see, we're in neutral. Just gotta stomp it down. I may have to give her a little bit more adjustment. Alrighty, let's go get Cletus in his new parking spot. Alrighty, trucks are swapped. See? crawled underneath there with my wire brush and scrubbed around the stud a little bit, but that exhaust stud on the Blazer. But, you know, I took it for that short drive, so everything's pretty warm underneath there. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go do my grocery shopping before I really crawl into there and start getting greasy and dirty. Go get that knocked out. I was going to do that tomorrow after work, but I'll go do that now. And then maybe by the time we come back, hopefully there's enough daylight. Or even if it's not too cold and too wet, we can come out here after it's dark. And I got lights. I really like that big one I bought Kevin. So, you know, bought that size, all LED. He stuck that under the red truck when we were playing with it the other night. And it really came in handy. Something like that would be nice out there too. But anyhow, yeah, we're going to go do grocery shopping, then we'll come back. Maybe we'll play with that exhaust a little bit. I mean, if I can just get a nut on there, suck that other side in, then the exhaust leak will be fixed. It's going to need new pipes down the road, so I'm not looking for a permanent fix. And honestly, if I do new pipes, probably, I don't know if we'll do new mufflers. These are stainless steel mufflers. We might just recycle them. But just do new pipe all the way around, and maybe we'll upgrade to a set of shorty headers. Although, I do have, somewhere around here, a set of shorties. They're actually for a first-generation Camaro. Small block. But they came off of that body-style truck. So, I may have to do some custom, take them down to the muffler shop, have to do some custom fabricating to match that all up. But, we can do some shorties on that beast. With dual pipes. Yeah. But that's not anytime soon. Get the exhaust leak fixed. I got to button up the interior a little bit more. What else was I going to do to it? I know the windshield needs to be redone. Felix keeps reminding me of that. Windshield's cracked. I know. I don't think it'll get done this month. I was hoping to, but a few of the other little things popped up. There was something else I wanted to do. Oh, the seal on the back of the transfer case. And then look at the U-joints. See if those need to be done. You know, before we really start driving it, taking it up in the hills. But it's just small stuff now. The big part's taken care of. So, alrighty, we'll go ahead and I think we'll end this one now. The mist is getting heavier. I'm not going to put the cover back on Cletus, just because he's getting wet now. You can kind of see how the cover's breaking down. It's a couple years old, so this may be its last year. And we'll have to get something else for the old truck. Don't want to do just a tarp, but I'd like to be able to put them inside, but that ain't going to happen here. Probably way too wide to fit between the olds and the toolbox. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and end this one here, go do my grocery shop, and then we'll go from there. So, we'll talk to you all in the next one. Be good. Bye-bye.